am home. I am home. I want you to sit with that, to know that home is not anything outside of yourself. Home is not anything that we can even see. Home is where our soul resides, and our soul resides in we. You are home. We are home. And there's no other place we need to be except right here within the now. I am home. I am home. Home isn't some place that you are living in. Home isn't a house that you have bought, an apartment that you have bought. It's where you are right now, which is within your body, which is residing within your soul, which is the observer, the seeker, and all that you are. Every version of yourself, your inner child, your current self, who you were in past lives, who you are right now, who you were a couple days ago, a couple months ago, a couple years ago. But they have always been home, and home is always within you. Home is not anything outside of you. Home is not no other person except yourself. And yes, some other people can match the frequency of what you would call home, but no one can be your home other than yourself, other than you. No one can be your home. You know, other people may give you this external peace of mind, this external feeling of safety, but it all comes from you. That internal knowing, that internal presence within yourself that you are embodying and taking up all the space that you need to. That you are intentional with every breath, every word spoken, because a frequency rises within the creations of the tongue, within the creation of your thoughts, within the alignment of your actions, your thoughts, and your ideas to coincide and create your desired reality. And your desired reality is the life you are living right now. There is no separation at all. Everything that you want already wants you to, and it already is yours. It's about you just bringing it into your life by understanding and seeing the ways that it already exists within your life right now. Home is a state of being. It's your natural state of being, and it's much like the music of our soul. How we listen to music, it leads us back to a familiar feeling, whether it be nostalgia, whether it be recognition, whether it be love. Is leading us back to ourselves. It's bringing out how we truly feel inside. So let these words be the scriptures, let these words be the verses of this song that's leading you back home. You know, let this be the chorus, let this be the hook that's reminding you that you are home. I am home. And we are home. A home can only be crafted with sacredness, with intentionality, with softness. It doesn't call for you to harden up. It doesn't call for you to be aggressive or be violent or take you out of your element. It calls for you to be in flow within your life. It calls for you to be in love with your life, in love with yourself, and love with your soul, and in alignment with everything that is you. Because everything is you. Home is everything that you see. Home is everything that you can be. Home is everything that you envision for yourself. Because it's a familiarity. You know, just like if you've seen a person who was a part of your family, you'd be like, I know you. You know, it wouldn't be an awkward conversation because you already know this person. You are connected with this person just like you are connected with yourself. Home is a frequency that is your natural frequency, and you return to in moments of stress or where we can find ourselves in survival or fear. It calls for us to be present, to find our way back home, using our intuition as the music, using our intuition as the voice that's guiding us on the GPS to our way back home, to the ways that we need to love ourselves, to the ways we need to show up for ourselves. And just because this is your home, you can never be an outcast, because you always belong where you belong. You know, you can't have another home anywhere else. Your home is within you, so you will never be an outcast. You will never feel like a black sheep, and you need to get rid of that title black sheep, because those who are black sheep are often the sacrificial lamb for their family because they stand out. But you have never been a sacrificial lamb. You have always been the brightest star, and you are not a sacrifice, and nothing you are experiencing is in vain. Nothing you are experiencing was in vain, even through the pain. Or nothing has been in vain. It's so purposeful into the beautiful soul that you are today. You know, the pain has led you back home, emptying those generational traumas, you know, the cyclical patterns of our suffering, ending old cycles that never served yourself is all important on this journey to lead you back home, to lead you back to self. And in the moment, we don't see it as if we see it as us struggling. We see it as severe times, you know, tough times. But as soon as we get out of that, we see how it was needed. When we interact with others, when we interact with ourselves, the same self-concept isn't developed. You know, it has evolved into something transcendent, something that is beyond comprehension. And some of these videos and some of these expressions that we make are trying to make sense of our existence when we just exist. You know, no amount of beautiful words, no amount of complex words will ever categorize or put our flame into a glass where it could be whole, because it just flows freely. You know, it's a free flowing occasion. We can't be limited by any words that we speak, by any vibratory frequencies, because we are limitless. And knowing that we are limitless is a blissful experience, because we have adapted the ways that other people have thought to sort of develop our own self-concept when it was never serving to us, you know. And while we taking advice from people we don't desire to be like, or we don't want to take attributes from and apply to our life, you know, whether it be your family, the only real family you have is truly you, is within your soul. And yeah, you may be connected by blood, but blood is not an obligation for you to be close with them or form a connection. You know, it's a connection at birth, but it has to foster through love, respect, and through alignment between two souls. It can't be just one soul trying to lead it on, you know. And sometimes we have to walk away because these people are not our homes. We are our homes, and anything that tries to take us from we, who are they? You know, they are a distraction. They are a divider. And yet they are still every version of ourselves that lacks presence, that lacks who we are and the knowing of self within the present moment. So it manifests into the external as someone trying to get you off your path, because you don't understand every step that you are walking on this path. You don't see the yellow brick road on this path that you are walking. You know, you don't see the wizard that you are, you know. the way that you can cultivate and incantate spells within your life, where you can accomplish anything that you want just off a simple perspective change. Everything has to do with perspective, and perspective isn't a matter of duality. Perspective is a matter of feeling. It's not even a matter of emotion. It's a matter of truth. It's a matter of your authenticity, because your perspective is fueled by what you have experienced. And to us, what we have experienced is our truth, because we have actually lived that. We have reaffirmed it in the spiritual, and it manifested in the physical. So that's what we call our truth. But the truth is also a room in our home. Authenticity, love, truth, and just being is the rooms in our home, and they all exist in one. It's not a separation. It's not a dividend between the two or between the four of us. All exist in one. And through that, that's how we can learn presence. That's how we can learn stillness within our life. How we can learn how to make our life more sensual, how to make our life more meaningful, how to make our life more intentional. Because it's not just us living on autopilot, or us going throughout this day living a life that is not fulfilling to us. Is being conscious of every decision that we make, not being an over analysis of the life that we are living, but living in the enjoyment of who we are, living in the peace and the neutrality of life, and allowing the emotions to regulate themselves through every breath that we take, allowing every feeling, every desire to manifest itself into our world, because of the alignment that we have taken within our action, because of the similarities between the two. Where you can spot the differences when it's not a difference. It's just how it resides on two different frequencies, how it resides on the same frequency but different levels, how one may be higher, one may be lower. But once you live in that middle ground between the two, it's allowing both parties to manifest, and you apply your emotions to these scales, which may weigh down or may bring you up. But it's all about what you apply to these things, what we attach to our life. And they say attachment is the root of all suffering, but the suffering is believing that you have to suffer anyways. I don't think attachment is out of lack. I don't think attachment is even out of need. I think attachment is out of the fear that we can't be or that we can be. So we hold on to this identity because maybe in a chance for our destiny, we have fulfilled the highest version of this version of ourselves, when it's not the highest version of ourselves we can be. It's who we have operated in within the now, and all that we have known, because we have felt subjected to this version of ourselves based on what our environment perpetuates for us. Not knowing it's our ideas, our thoughts that lead us back home to our own frequency, that lead us home to the natural rising and evolution of who we are, of our being, just by being. To know that everything isn't about effort, everything is about alignment. It's about you giving yourself meaning, about you giving yourself purpose, not meaning that there's this one set purpose to life, but every day there's moments and there's presence for us to find meaning, to find pleasure, to find joy within the simple and complex moments within life, to find the beauty within it all and appreciate it with gratitude, to appreciate it with love, because it's all a reflection of us, and it's all leading us back home. and we are home. I am home. You are home. And now that you know that you are home, it's time to decorate. It's time to bring in the things that you want into your home. And the home is your reality. The home is your life that you are actively living within the present moment. Home is everything that you desire it to be. And it's time for you to decorate it with love. It's time for you to be slow and tender with the things that you want, to allow everything to cook, to listen to the symphonies of your soul, to listen to the symphonies and the melodies of your intuition as it guides you to everything you want to accomplish within life, but also to accomplish just being within the present moment, to just allow yourself to flow in the present moment and allow everything to come to you by being a magnet, but being a magnet and not having your sole purpose on attracting, just allowing everything to come to you because you just match its frequency, because you operate on the frequency of home, because you are home and home is you. Yeah, home is you, and you have always been home. Can't look for home anything outside of yourself. It's always been within, and the within is what creates the without, what creates this expression of life. So resting and knowing that your home is safe, your home is beautiful, and your home is everything that you want it to be. As long as you keep fueling it with love, with peace, with stillness, with aligned action, with flow, with generosity and ambiguity and complexities, because some things in your home can contradict themselves, but it all serves a purpose in who you are as a soul. So understand that you have always been home, and I am home, you are home, and we are home. Peace.